What up, bosses? Your man MBR gonna be bringing you some sweet time of the day. It's Nasus time, and we're going back to the old roots, the way Nasus should be played. We're gonna be stacking my Q because, as the last few videos, I've been maxing my E because this is the kind of new in kind of thing. Which, sure, it's okay, and I've actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would do, but it's more for those sort of longer paced games. But at the same time, I think Nasus, if you're going to be going for that build, you know, do it on someone like a Malka. I think the reason it works so great is because Nasus can kill waves so quickly with his E, but it's not true to Nasus, you know. You want to be this beast on Nasus, so we're going to be stacking my Q. Also, I apologise I haven't uploaded recently too much, as some of you guys may be aware I've been moving flats and I've gone into my new place now, and it's all just been I haven't had internet and whatnot and all this stuff. But we're up and running, and we're going to be kicking some Irelia ass, who I always think is an easy champion for Nasus to go against. There's always going to be those champions that you can stack a lot easier, and I feel Irelia is one of those because she takes till, I always look at her that she takes around to level 9. Once she hits level 9, that's when she comes pretty, well, not necessarily OP, but she's certainly a lot stronger around that point once her W's maxed out and she can kind of do all this kind of nice damage. Plus she needs that Triforce to rock and roll, but by the time she's got a Triforce, in theory, Nasus is going to have a Triforce, so we're going to have a Frozen Heart, which is just going to collect that Triforce anyway. So it should be pretty good. We'll be stacking it up nice and easy. 12 stacks already, you know, that's about how many stacks we normally get with the E-build, right? Also, I've been streaming a lot more now, so if you guys use Twitch, you can catch me Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. We stream Twitch TV Fortunes for grass and do ranked and a mix of fan games. I think I'm currently like 11-3 in my rank series at the moment. 100% win rate in the bot lane, like 5-0. Got a better win rate bot than I have top. How about that? New AD carry main incoming. So yeah, this is similar. We'll go for the Glacial Shroud first. Then I normally look to probably take a Sheen. Generally, I'd max out my Frozen Heart against most people, but Irelia, you can kind of take that greedy build to get the more cooldown quicker, and I think you can easily trade with her a lot better than most champions. But the only thing, this is what kind of comes up with stupid, is that, you know, every time I play against Irelia, I'm like, yeah, she's easy peasy, and I end up doing something super stupid. Or it's the same when I get fed with Nasus, when I start getting some kills and I just become like Dumbo or something and just do some real dumb ass shit. But you can see here she's, you know, not put any pressure down on me whatsoever with full health. And I had to use a cookie, and you know, I've secured every stack that has been available, which is really good. Yeah, looking solid. This is also where I say where she comes along, she gets a Triforce. So say if we go Triforce first item or whatever. But the problem is, alright, sure, she has a Triforce, but by the time I've got a Triforce as well, at the same point as her, I probably, what, 200, maybe 250 stacks. You know, I'm going to be doing double, triple the amount of damage she's going to be putting out. And we're looking good. And this is the nice thing when you are stacking. The idea of the other builders, you know, generally speaking, in higher elo plays and you're sort of high plat and diamond, Nasus, you know, if you play Nasus, you're going to get pressurized, and that's why I never really enjoy playing in ranked, because people seem to pressure you a lot more there, and you can really fall behind early. Whilst this other build, if you're getting pressurized, you can kind of deal with it. But if we were getting pressurized now, you know, we'd be in the ship. But Irelia can't really do that, and because of that, it means by 20 minutes, normally where you'd be still pretty weak at the moment, if the way things are going, we're going to be rocking and rolling. We should be fine here. Just, maybe? We should be alright. Just about. You may actually flash through it. That's cool. Not really much more we can do. The Ghost actually did save my ass. So that was the problem. It was a really nice gang. There was a mass wave building up. I had a feeling we may get some pressurized, but yeah, Ghost saved us. And that's normally why I take flash in a situation like that. You can kind of be a little bit screwed, but luckily they didn't have enough damage to kind of actually put down on me then, and it's all good. So I'll pick up a pink horn. I won't get boots. I don't really need boots in this matchup. But the thing here now is that we got this massive wave going against me, and it's really horrible. So I'm actually going to TP. Normally I wouldn't say do this, because if Maokai was actually topside right now and they went to re-gank, I'd be screwed. But we need to shove this wave into Irelia's turret, as it's just not where we want to be. But the thing I say with Irelia, if this was a Riven or a Renekton or Darius, now I wouldn't have the balls to do that. But because Irelia, I'm not scared of what she has to offer, so we can kind of do that. But we are summoners, so have to respect the Maokai. I'm going to try and bounce in one more wave. This still really is going against us. Let's just hope the tree isn't lurking around. Interesting that he's in the jungle, right? I think Maokai is really strong at the moment with the new mastery changes with the Colossus. They recently played him. I think he made him. Oh, he's always been strong, but having that extra shield on top of him is just godlike. But yeah, we gotta be a bit careful. Oh, he should be cool. Like, we probably could in some sense even kind of turn on her, but with her E, she just stuns me, and it's like, yeah, whatever. We're trying to get this last wave in, and that should be enough to actually start bouncing it back in my favour. We're not really gonna achieve anything here again. But cool stuff, we're all about a level 1 farm, which is good considering we got ganked, and obviously we're Nasus, so we should expect to be under-farmed. She should most likely back off here, I imagine. I don't imagine she's going to stay around it any longer. Where is she? She is. But you can see here where the wave's still like not really in the ideal place for me. We just hope that she can attack a little bit more. And that's where you want to be careful is when you start queuing minions on full health, because that will really start shoving the wave against you. But yeah, Irelia just doesn't scare me like right now. It's like whatever, like, she does that, it's kind of like alright. Now this is perfect. She's ult the wave, which is great. So we can now freeze out my turret. Even though she'll probably like TP on the minion, but yeah. Happy days. Good stuff. So the MF support. I really don't get the whole MF support, but seems to be ever since Worlds. What have they done? Tyre's ult's down. Yeah, we got quite a nice little comp here. Hecarim, he is actually running Flash instead of Ghost. It's a bit of a mistake. It's too late to be changed. We should still get the big minion. We got, oh god, what have we done? Oh, we messed up. We got it. So she hasn't actually used her TP because in some sense there really isn't a need to. Like she could do it to stop me kind of farming, but by holding her TP is going to allow her to potentially make some plays over the board. But that's one thing you want to kind of keep in mind. Like if she was a TP on here, it would mean that I wouldn't be able to necessarily freeze the wave like I've done. So I have gained a lot more stacks than I necessarily would, which has been good. Once we get my TP up, we'll go Sheen. Then maybe Kindle Gem or Frozen Heart, I don't know, it depends on how much gold we actually have in our back pocket. Good stuff, 117 stacks, Most in these games where we've been maximum in this E-max build, I'd be, or you end up right between maybe 150 to 250 in the sort of a 30-minute game, so you can see the difference already. The build is great for the early game, it's great for laning. I think that's the best way to look at this maxing your E build. It's great for your laning phase, but once it comes to team fight stage, don't be expecting to be a Nasus where you're like 3v1 on the team. Like last night when I was on stream, I was against a Renekton, and we kind of completely outplayed him, and I got a lot better than I should have been. And at one point, I think I killed 4 of their team on my own. I think it was 4 members, and that was under their turret as well. They all kind of come over, and I killed them one by one. But you couldn't do that with a maxed E build Nasus, because you're more just a tank. You have no stacks, and what makes Nasus so strong is the stacks. You then multiply that with your lifesteal and say a Tri-Machine and a Triforce, and you're just hench. Especially when you add like a Spirit Visage on there. Yeah, it's easy peasy. But you can see that's where you gotta be a little bit careful. I kind of disrespect her a little bit there. Actually, probably just be careful with that stamina, that shouldn't give you much of an issue. There we go, nicely done. I kind of disrespected her a little bit, I was trying to let her take that damage, but I felt that with my ultimate there, we were able to bait her in and we make a nice kill. We get her flash out, and this is where I now start talking about where we're now just going to dominate her. That was without a Sheen. You chuck a Sheen in there, almost 200 stacks, that's just going to be glorious. We'll take this next wave. She still hold TP, so she may decide like to TP onto one of these minions, which would be really annoying, but I'll try my best to get her out. Cloud Drake, not really fussed about that. But yeah, nice stuff. I'm looking in position to carry, my team are looking okay around me. And the other build's great for like if your team's like, oh, generally speaking, you're probably going to go stacking or you're not. Oh, actually, that's a really nice TP. I'll eat this last cookie because I really need the mana. I think we should be alright. Maybe. Thank God we had that cookie. Happy days, her TP's down, whatever really. My TP's gonna be up, so we could just fight straight out by a Frozen Heart right now, which would give us the, would give us that cooldown, which would get our machine, but we lack that kind of damage. In this route, we've got, what, 35% already? So if you go for the 10% CDR runes, which I used to run, you'd have the 45% right now by 10 minutes would be crazy, but at the same time, I feel it's kind of wasted stats after like 10 minutes. It gives you a bit of extra. I quite enjoy having the damage at the start. Should be able to get the big minion. Cool beans. Yeah. It does mean with this build it is quite greedy. Like if we do underestimate Irelia, we would take a lot of damage because potentially we could have a Frozen Heart and she wouldn't touch me. But now we have a Sheen, so if we do trade with her, be laughing in that face. Like if we get like this. You know, I got damage already, no sheen there, it's like whatever. No chance. You chuck my ultimate on top and we're just gonna be looking deadly. You can already like one-shot minions as well. Which is not necessarily a good thing. That's what I start saying when you get ahead of yourself. And Nasus start doing that and you start shoving the wave. She did. Yeah, what can you do? That's what I mean. Like, yeah. what could she do? Like, we're just. I always say Irelia is like one of Nasus' easiest matchup because she just takes so long to get going. We're gonna pick up Drake. Hopefully, maybe an Ocean Drake after would be pretty damn sweet. We use my E on this wave. She has no TP either, so we should be able to get her to lose a bit of a wave here. Hopefully, we should still get the big minion, which we do. Cool beans. Good stuff. Man, we're 231 stacks already. We're only 12 minutes in. We're snowballing hard. I don't really want to back just yet. What we got? I don't really want to back just yet because we not really got. Oh, almost was a frozen high. I think we need a bit more. We're back where we probably have that. It's not really anything to buy, and we've still got like half mana, so that's fine. But yeah, she just doesn't really scare me. Like she can do this kind of damage here, but then I just go boom. Look at that damage. Like, what could she do to that? We know where Maokai is. We don't need a ward right now. We probably could just straight out dive her. You check, you like, you gotta be careful because we're not get stunned on the turret. Look at that. That damage I'm doing is about my E. I think if Maokai was to come, I'm not really scared if he was to come right now. I don't think he would be able to kill me. We have my ghost and ult up. The only thing is maybe would be a little bit low on mana, but GG. We're take this last minion. I might have to take one more wave, those famous last word. We are really asking for trouble right now. This might be a really dumb idea. I really want that frozen heart in my back. Might be a bit greedy. But you see now because of my lifesteal, that sheen there, we're already back up to full health. It's kind of like whatever. It's just only if we had back to full mana, that would be the glorious thing. So I say Ocean Drake's just so OP on Nasus. Yeah, good stuff. And I think that's now at that point where Maokai was to start showing top now, I think he would be too late. You know, I think we'd probably win a 2v1. And then they're saying that because he is AP, he would do a bit more damage than we necessarily could deal with, I'm not sure. That's cool. We shall complete my Frozen Heart. And yeah, we'll probably start to look to take his turret soon, her turret. Unless we get the first turret gold. Well, we may as well. I want to take it now, start creating some pressure on the map. It looks like yes, the first turret gold here, so it's cool. Oh snap. Just going for it. I had a rocket jumped in there, but that boom. Straight, whoa. That's black. Nope. I guess the flash did work out. That's cool. The thing is, we want to start creating this pressure now because Irelia doesn't scare me. We can start putting the pressure on it. It means that Maokai's going to have to be constantly top, which is just going to free up my lanes to do other stuff. Cool. The only thing we've got to be careful is maybe Taida and Maokai both come right now. It's pretty dodgy. We probably should really ward for it, but I really want these minions more. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to try and just straight up kill Taida. Should be able to cover. Here's the wood. Nice. I think if like Maokai come, they would have fucking kicked my ass, but we won't get on top of this one, so there we go. Easy peasy. Stack life, bro. The stack life. This is what I mean, though. It's so great. Like you wouldn't be able to do that if you were on the E build with Nasus. Like, but at the same time, we've just got to a great start, and then now we're just snowballing like crazy. 333 strikes. We're actually gonna let that whole wave die into the turret. There's not really a need to take the turret just yet. May as well deny her some more farm. Yeah, good stuff. We got the blue buff as well. Don't have enough stacks to kill the melee just yet. Oh, she's gonna TP him, whatever. Her turret's is for another day. But yeah, if Maokai can, it would have been a different story. But I doubt that with my ghost, unless the StormRaider's proc. Because we're so fed, we're easily gonna proc my StormRaider's that we can Shrek her, which we did. It's cool. We can take that turret now, or any point really. Here's the Maokai. Like, he actually doesn't really have any armor. We can't really dive it. We don't want to go in too hard because of the stun as well. Oh, look at that damage, man. The pressure he created. Now Maokai now can't do anything on the map. He's now going to have to back or be dead. Easy life. Heckram. Oh, Yas gets the double kill. Great. We take the turret. It's probably going to be a 20-minute surrender vote at this rate. We'll get the stack as well, because stack like y'all. GG. Really good stuff. Didn't really be going any bad, eh? Start pressurizing on this. We'll go try next. We need 100 more gold. You really want to come to my lane, like throw. If you don't want to come to my lane. You really don't. Oh my god, look at that. That was like, what, 4 keys or something? Like, we're 384 stacks, man. It's crazy. I feel myself dying in a second now. I'm too greedy here. I think what we have to remember is that I've got like 2,500, 3,000 gold in my back pocket right now. A lot of money. Do this. We kill her? This is my flawless game is about to get. Oh no! No! What have we done? That's just the cues. You bait her? Oh god. You up too hard? Oh! It wasn't planned on me. As I say, every time I get bad on Nasus, we do something frickin' stupid. It's not really going to cost us or anything, but it doesn't mean we lose out on stacks. You know, we could be just stacking right now, bro. In fairness, we actually hadn't. I don't know if we'd have withered. I didn't make much of a difference. The knockback from Vayne would have been enough, but still. Not really much we can do. Vayne's just so ball-y, and she knocked me away, but that Q heal we got off, and it was insane. 400 stacks by 18 minutes. Just crazy, man. We'll TP top just to keep the pressure going. We get Drake again. Man, Drake, so we should wreck. I imagine there's going to be a 20-minute surrender over here. My team's looking good. You know, Yasus and Heckram and Triss are all looking solid. And I'm just looking, you know, ridiculously bad. You know, what can you do when your team, as an enemy team, and they're all sort of looking okay, and then you just got Nasus who's already like 2 builds, 2 items in. They stand no chance. I can take 2, maybe 3 people on right now. The only thing we lack left, we don't have the spirits. I mean, once we have, if I get my spirits next, the game goes on for them, we'll just be invincible. But they're all pressured on bot side, so we probably could actually maybe get this turret. Or we could just dive Irelia. At the same time, we do have to be a bit careful. But stun. And also my team's not got any pressure right now, so they could all just easily come top, and if we die for nothing, we hit 500, I didn't think we were going to have enough time to hit 500. We haven't actually died. A bit different. Yeah, that's the problem I was saying, like, because we were so far pushed then, the enemy team were just able to easily kind of roam over, which I knew would sort of happen. We do kill Taia there, and they burn a lot for me, which allowed my team to kind of clear up and get here in time anyway. We needlessly die there, yeah. Quadra kill, yeah. That was my penta stolen right there. But yeah, you know, we created the pressure there. Why? Could have been. I knew it was going to happen, so we should have been a little bit safer. But I was being greedy because I just kind of wanted to see what would happen. I wanted them to come over to see how much we could actually take. But that's cool. Just means we're going to end on 447. Not bad, not bad. It's okay. Just a few stacks. We haven't surrendered just yet. There you go. I really, you know, they've lost an inhib now, and the pressure we're just going to start asserting. It's going to be crazy. I really don't see them having much chance, but maybe they see some hope. Sure, why not? Give me my 1,000 stacks, yeah. The problem is, like, when Nasus gets this, like, as much as it's great getting 1,000 stacks, the reason it doesn't happen this much is like when you're stacking this well, and you'd be like, wow, you know, another 20 minutes like this, we'd have like 1,000 stacks. But the problem is, if I'm stacking and owning this much, then generally speaking, you know, they're just going to cry and it's going to be over already. And that's like the issue. Come 500 stacks, I mean, Nasus can really group up at any point. Have this many stacks already, it's just devastating. I really need to be assertive. Well, I'm more not asserting my pressure because I want the stack. But you know, right now I could go anywhere. Right now we could destroy. We just group up with my team and we could destroy. She never here. That's not here. Get these little guys there. Stack life. Should put us on about 500. Irelia had a little moment. Beautiful. Yeah, 501, 21 minutes. Not too bad, eh? If we hadn't died both times and been a little bit more sensible, we'd probably hit 500 quite easily by the 20-minute mark. There you go. Too busy aiding bots. Heckram's like real fed now, you know, he's just destroy anyone he comes up against. And they've now gone bot side, you know. So they stop the pressure going on there, but then you just left the Q dog who's now going to take his turret in like what, 3 Qs maybe? She's going to try and stun me into the turret. Should actually about kill him. We get on top of them. LOL. Wow. I didn't think we could. I did think. Wow. I honestly thought maybe 2 keys, not 1 key. Jesus Christ, she just got deleted. I was really. Wow. That was dope. There we go. You get one shot like Nasus like that. You have to surrender. Deary me, that was lols. Damn it! Wow, that kill on Bane that was something else. Just instant deleted. So there is the beauty of Nasus. The power he can assert, like S+ easy life. It's a good game. But that's what I mean, like Irelia really just doesn't cause Nasus any issues. You can freely stack unless the jungler comes, but you know, walking more Maokai, you know, he did try and make that earlier gank, but we were able to ghost away, and then I was kind of like, whatever, we never see him again. He doesn't punish me for having my ghost down, especially because I was pushing quite hard at the start because that wave went against me, so I was like gankable, but he didn't do anything. We had the highest amount of damage and gain by, you know, quite a bit. Absolutely wrecked, so. And the E or the Q build. I think the E build is alright, you know, it's much better for those faster games, which, you know, sort of 25 minutes, but say it's only 22 minutes, but most likely most games like this don't go with Nasus, you know, it's just purely because Irelia can't really do much, and it's kind of an easy matchup, and we were able to snowball and played it well, and ended up wrecking, and also my team was sort of winning around, which helped a lot, and that was that, and jungler attention, you know, we did all that on my own, which was insane, but generally speaking, that doesn't really happen, but if it does happen, then it's great, but it really probably shouldn't be happening. Especially, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, bosses, as per usual, I hope you guys enjoyed. Take it easy and have a great day. Peace. I'm not really... Fuck. I was like, as long as Lux stays near me, we should just about pull this off. Nice.